DDG just found out while he was midstream with Aiden Ross that Halle Bailey put a restraining order against him. And if you guys don't know, them kind of things ain't easy.
The DDG and Halle Bailey saga is starting to become like a soap opera, with the story consisting of many ups and downs. We've seen the high side of this relationship with both young people taking Hollywood and the internet by storm, and now we're in the decline of the relationship. And actually, to be honest, it's becoming a horror story, and it's not necessarily looking good for DDG. DDG is being painted as somebody who's abusive and actually has a history of treating many women that he deals with in the same vein. Rewind! Before Halle Bailey, there was Ruby Rose. And we all know that Ruby Rose is also violent and can be violent, but the reality is that he was exposed then for having a violent temper. And this screenshot posted by Ruby Rose allegedly proves this point. Now, I don't know how true this is, but it's out there. And DDG says this: "I get you mad, but I'm telling you, Ruby, I'm not Lala. I'ma F your career up. Don't do it to yourself. I got love for you. I really don't want do you bold online. I'm telling you it's gonna be bad, Ruby. Just stop." So Ruby responds, "It's already bad, and you're threatening to end my career if I tell people how you hit on me? More things to show on my live, thank you." DDG responds, "If you go live, bro, just know you really lost me. Have a blast. You're gonna lose all respect for me and anybody I F with or you F with. Just think before you do. It's all I'ma say." Now, if this particular screenshot is true, it means that DDG indeed was being violent towards Ruby Rose. And he wasn't apologetic about it and saying, "Listen, I basically did it and it doesn't matter. And if you go out there and expose it, just know that I'm not going to deal with you anymore and nobody else in the industry is going to deal with you anymore." Now, again, I don't know how true that this may be, but this information is out there. Fast forward. Now we're at the level where DDG is dealing with Halle Bailey. And if you guys can remember, many of the Halle Bailey supporters did not want this relationship to happen. Many people thought that DDG, and I'm talking about her fan base, he was a YouTuber, a guy who wasn't really in the Hollywood system. This was basically a step down for somebody like her who was made in the industry. Well, this didn't really matter, and both of them started to date and get into a relationship. And as we know, they had a son by the name of Halo. And Halo is really a fan favorite amongst DDG and his fans, as well as Halle Bailey. But unfortunately, that relationship ended in October. If you can remember, this post, it says, "Dear friends and supporters, after much reflection and heartfelt conversations, Halle and I have decided to go our separate ways. This decision was not easy, but we believe it's the best path forward for the both of us. I cherish the time we've spent together and the love we've shared. Despite the changes in our relationship, our love for each other remains deep and true. We are still best friends and adore each other."
Stop the cap.
I don't know why Negroes be always saying that they best friends, knowing damn well like 5 minutes later, y'all gonna be fighting.
He's right,
As we focus on our individual journeys and our roles as co-parents, we cherish the bonds we built and the beautiful moments we've shared. As we navigate this transition, we ask for your understanding and support. Thank you for your love and encouragement, DDG. Aww. Fast forward! Now it's January and DDG and Halle Bailey are broken up. But now they're having some problems. This is very evident with people like Jeezy and Jeannie Mai, or Tiana Taylor and Iman. They say that they're best of friends, but they're not, and they want different things now since they're no longer together, and nobody wants to compromise. And a certain issue happened where DDG and Halle Bailey got into a confrontation in January.
She was passing Halo off to DDG. He became enraged as they were discussing visitation. They began to wrestle. That's when she claimed he put her head into the steering wheel, chipping her tooth as he was pulling her hair. She claimed that the wrestling didn't stop until she began to cry, but she did not feel safe letting Halo go with DDG, so she got in the car. They rode to DDG's house, where she hysterically told his family about what had went down, and they agreed to look after Halo.
Now, in this confrontation, something happened from that.
Guys, I've always been a little scared of the dentist, but I'm going for my regular cleaning, and also because I chipped my tooth and I'm just a little nervous.
Now, in this, Halle Bailey is saying, hey, my teeth was chipped, all right? Now, this is interesting because she didn't call the police. She didn't contact authorities. But all we know is that subsequently thereafter, we saw a myriad of streams from DDG. He was stating that, hey, you know, I can't see my son and all of this and things like that. And remember, academics heard this and academics predicted that something would happen in the future.
I see you trying to defend her. That's a good move, by the way, but let me tell you what happens next. If she can't paint you as a deadbeat dad, which you're not, I'm going to warn you this. The next step is for her to say you were abusive. I want to be very clear. And she just tried, yo, why is my baby dad doing that? And I don't approve of it. And nobody bit. And unless you about to get back with her and go into whatever regime she wants you to get down with, her next attempt will not be as fluky. Women like this don't stop. You've dodged this one, but you got to wait for the bigger one she about to do. Somebody said, Halle not evil. You stupid as hell, nigga. She would have never posted this nigga if she wasn't on that type of topic. Women are only loyal to their emotions.
Then all of a sudden, we find out this.
4 days after that incident, DDG came to her home again to pick up Halo, which is when she broke the news that he couldn't hang out with him because he was sick. When she claims DDG became verbally abusive, claims he actually smashed the Ring camera and ran off with her phone, drove a little bit down the street and threw the phone out the window and told her, go get it, B. Halle claims that this prompted her to file a restraining order against DDG, and after a judge reviewed all of the footage, they agreed that he needs to stay at least 100 yards away from her. And the judge gave Halle permission to take their 18-month-old son, Halo, to Italy so she can film a movie for 2 months.
And if you guys remember yesterday, this actually happened right when DDG was on live with Aiden Ross.
Oh, fuck. All that. Don't even. That can't even be real. All that, bro. All that. But that can't even be real.
So he finds out live that like this is actually happening. He has a restraining order and he basically is astonished. And people start really giving it to him.
What's really killing me is the clip of when DDG found out on stream that Halle put a restraining order on him because it was all over TMZ in the shade room. Talk about somebody acting oblivious. Like, y'all do know that the judge can't grant nothing without proof. The judge got the proof, baby. And I just can't understand why y'all are calling Halle bitter and saying that she brought this to the internet. No, she did not. She went to the courts and filed a report. TMZ is the one that broke the news and brought it to the internet. Johnny's face on that stream says it all, and I really feel like DDG is sitting there acting shocked because she stood on business and in private. Like, it's just really killing me that he was on stream talking about this can't be real.
Now, I kind of want to go over some more text messages that a DDG allegedly sent. And this is not just this time. We're going to look at some that occurred in the past, okay? So this text message shows, coming from Daryl Granberry, she saved him as BD or baby daddy. He's saying this: me and Halo is at the front door. Can you answer? If you're not home, just say that. Then he sends a picture of the inside of her apartment. Now I know what you've been on. You can pick up Halo from George. I have to go to work. So basically he's insinuating that, oh, I know what you've been on, like you're in there getting your cheeks clapped and things like that. So, you know, that's why you're not answering the door. So I don't know if this is a true text message and this can be debated, but why would somebody send that? I don't understand, okay? And then there are these series of text messages, okay? Now, remember, DD Academics came out with basically a speculative idea that Halle Bailey and Brent Fires are now dating and they're together. And remember, DDG was fighting to see his son while at the same time wanted to take his son out of the country. But she, because Halle Bailey didn't want to let him do that, while at the same time she was basically in St. Lucia or in the Bahamas, one of the areas, with somebody else. And DDG acted like it really didn't even matter. In fact, what DDG said was this: who cares? Life continues. That's what DDG said to the public, right? Well, allegedly, he had more to say behind the scenes. He says this: you think you hurting my feelings when you really just ruining your own image. This is a terrible look. Makes you look disgusting and evil. Enjoy your vacation, happy Mother's Day, but just have the same energy when it's my turn to have him. I'm on the same ish. Now, many people are debating if this is a true message, saying that, hey, a lot of these claims can't be the truth because DDG was on stream this entire time. But we have to also understand that all of this was submitted to a judge and the judge has granted a restraining order. And according to certain documents that academics posted, she would like to give him 6 hours a week, okay, when the child is in Los Angeles, supervised monitor visits. So apparently what the judge believed is based on these text messages that DDG sent Halle Bailey, that her life is somewhat in danger possibly, or that he is some level of a threat to her. He is abusive to her. He has done things to basically cause harm to her. And the judge has made that decision and granted that supervised visit. Here's what I want to tell young men out there, or men in general. I highly doubt that DDG is looking to like really cause like serious harm to Halle Bailey. And I do understand things can get emotional when you're dealing with somebody in a relationship or you feel done wrong. But it is so important that as Black men, we really handle ourselves, okay? And that nobody has this kind of evidence to put on, because it number one, it makes you look bad, and then it paints a picture of somebody that you may not be. Either number one, it's not true, or it's true enough that this is not like AI or something, and the judge believes it, okay? And this is something that a lot of young guys, and even me, if I was in that age group and going through a baby mama and we're not together, and obviously I have feelings for her, and that's the case. Like, he does have feelings for her. Obviously the way he's acting, you only act like that when you have feelings for somebody. This is what happens. This is called baby mama, baby daddy drama. And it just comes with maturing, being an adult, and getting over it. Please, whatever you do, don't put your hands on women. Whatever you do, gather yourself. Whatever you do, think before you act. Because that person that used to love you and used to want to be down for, they can immediately turn their back on you, and they don't care about you anymore if you start getting out of pocket. And this is what has happened to DDG. It's an unfair situation. I don't know all of the facts, but what they point out right now is that, hey, here's a guy who can't control himself, and that's not necessarily got to be the truth, and we don't know the whole story, but she went and put this out there. So now he's not even going to have that much time to see his son, and not only that, he can't even talk about the fact that he can't see his son on his stream, which makes this even worse. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy O'Shea Dude Jackson back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe, hit the bell. We're out.